guys. So, uh, so I'm give, so I'm introducing you to top 13 Greek mythological creatures. Number 1, Cerberus. Cerberus is most people know Cerberus, the three-headed dog who guards Hades, both keeping the living out and the dead in. Well, the idea of Hell's guard dog by itself is pretty badass. Most representation forget that Cerberus, like so many mythological Greek monsters, is a hodgepodge of other animal parts. Here's the claws of a lion, a mane made out of snakes, and the serpent. Cerberus, the offspring of Typhon and Chimera, which are both words C. And trans on this list. A few living people Majesty's unique past Cerberus with help from magic, music, or drug food, but only Hercules straight up defeat the beast. Number 2, the Empusae. The Empusae was an evil goddess daughter of Hecate who spent her evenings drinking the blood of young men while they slept. While they slept. Over time, she was downgraded from a goddess to an entire species of monster who devoured travelers late at night. A transportation-based vampire is pretty freaky, but the Empusae also had one bundle leg and one goat leg for some reason, which makes them even freakier. Okay. The most well-known is Gorgon. Perhaps the most well-known monster of Greek mythology is these three sisters, Medusa, Steno, and Rhea. I can even pronounce the last name. So we'll continue. Of course, had hair made of living and extremely poisonous snakes, which seem a bit like overkill when just looking directly at their faces would also immediately petrify you. Wait, guys. Okay, I'm back. Often, the two non-Medusa sisters were also immortal. Less occasionally, all three had giant fangs like boar tusk. Of course, Medusa was defeated by the hero Perseus, but he needed help and equipment for Athena to do so. Otherwise, there would have just been one more heroic-looking statue in the Gorgon's den. Number 4. Stymphalian birds. Birds that attack people generally considered scary on their own. Alfred Hitchcock proved that pretty effectively, but this birds another monstrous species only Hercules could defeat. Bears specifically like to eat people, which is terrifying. However, the real problem is that the birds' feathers were made of bronze, razor sharp, and they could shoot them at people. These were not birds you shoo away unless you also wanted your hand turned into bloody flesh confetti. Again, Hercules had to deal with this guy and 6 of his 12 labors with help from a rattle made by the god Hephaestus, which scared them into taking off from the swamp they lived in, allowing her, I think that's Hercules, to shoot them down. Hey, they were barely birds, but they were still birds. Number 5, Chimera. One of the most fascinating mix and match monster of Greek mythology. Chimera had 3 heads, but only one of them was on its neck. The torso and main head was that of a lion. Then for some reason there was goat head sticking out of its back, sticking. Then for a tail it had a snake. No, not a snake tail, just a snake with its head as the tip. Also, it breathed fire, because why not? It was this strange ability that actually did in the hero Bellerophon threw spear with a tip of lead into its mouth. When the Chimera breathed his fire, the lead melted it inside, killing it. Just seeing the Chimera was an omen of some kind of horrible disaster, most often some sort of volcanic eruption. Number 6, I'm not even gonna pronounce that. Centaurs are obviously the half-men, half-horse people who populate countless Greek myths. These guys were countless Greek myths. These guys were built like centaurs, except the back half of the horse part was actually the back half of a fish. They were like mermaids that had part of a horse grafted into the middle of them. They were actually pretty chill horse fishermen, especially compared to their wild, hot-headed centaur brothers. They also pretty much had the powers of Aquaman, so that's cool. Number 7, Typhon, the big daddy of mythological Greek monsters. It was literally the father of most of them, the last child of the primordial goddess Gaia. Typhon was as tall as the stars, and his arm span was from east to west, sources differ as to whether Typhon had a hunter dragon head on his neck or one giant human head and dragon head for his fingers. But most agree that his body was covered in dragon wings and had hundreds of silver legs. Typhon could show mountains people he didn't like, and one person he didn't like was Zeus, the king of the gods. Typhon was so powerful he deviated, ripped out most of his muscle. Zeus only covered because Hermes stole his muscles back later. Okay, number 8, the Minotaur. Compared to some the monster on this list, the Minotaur is practically boring. It's a dude with a ball and a clan hard to wrap your mind around, but there's a reason the Minotaur has always been one of Greek mythology's most famous monsters. That's because it was an instant classic, a hideous monster hidden away in a labyrinth whose sole purpose was to kill the sacrificial children that got them in. There was there as a yearly tribute that the fact that the Minotaur was born when his mother, Queen Pasiphae, wanted to have sex with the bull so badly. She made a metal cow costume she could hide in that bull with mouth. Well, that's just the salacious icing to monstrously classic cake. Number 9, the Furies. When the Titan Kronos castrated his dead Uranus and tossed Venus to the sea. Oh my gosh, to the sea. Like one that the droplets of the blood that hit the ground became the Furies. Being born of severed genitalia blood, you could reasonably accept the Furies were not in particularly good moods. They spent their time fighting people who had done wrong and tormenting them until they died horribly. Primarily by whipping them repeatedly with their scourges. Admittedly, the Furies are most goddess that outright monster, but given that many stories depict them as having dogs' heads, snakes for hair, back wings, and cool black bodies, I was willing to make an exception. Of course, this is well known. Number 10, the Hydra, perhaps the most famous monster Hercules ever battled, and for good reason. Defeating a dragon with 9 heads would be more memorable on anybody's list of achievements about a dragon with 9 heads who grew 2 heads every time one was cut off. Oh, and one of the head was immortal, but she didn't know which one. That's impressive. Besides all that, his sweat and blood were both insanely poisoned. Even stepping in the structure its cleft could kill you. That's insane. Hercules defeated the Hydra, only the second of his 12 labors, cauterizing the next stumps of the head he cut off before new heads could grow back. The immortal head, he just put a big ass rock on it. Number 11, the Sphinx. With the body of a lion and the head of a human being, the Sphinx is best known for action riddles. We tend to forget that if you fail to answer the Sphinx riddle, it would eat you alive. This was more cruel than enigmatic. And in Greek mythology, it also had wings of an eagle and serpent for a tail, meaning it was yet another type of echidna's horrible children. The Sphinx guarded the city of Thebes, which must have been a big problem for the tourism industry until Oedipus' final answer is riddle, and the Sphinx in what was one of the greatest cases of sour grapes in history, either threw itself off a cliff or ate itself in bitterness and defeat. Number 12. The Manticore. The Manticore is very similar to its sibling monster, the Sphinx. It has a human head, a lion's body, and wings, bat wings instead of eagle wings. But still, what it lacks in brittle asking it makes up for in having a scorpion's tail that can shoot poisonous spikes at people, like it's a boss in an ancient Greek video game of some kind. Most terrifyingly, the Manticore had 3 rows of teeth in its human-like mouth, which frankly disturbs me to even write. But kids or no, you probably wouldn't want to mess with Echidna. Hesiod described her as a half a nymph with glancing eyes and fair streaks, and half again a huge snake, great and awful with speckled skin, who dies not nor grows old all her days, especially during family get-togethers. Number 13, Echidna. Compared to the other monsters on this list, Echidna sounds pretty normal. She was a snake-born, but since she chose Typhon as her love, she had the distinction of giving birth to the most terrifying, horrible, and dangerous monsters in the ancient Greek world, including Cerberus, the Hydra, the Nemean lion, the Chimera, the Sphinx, several dragons, and even the eagle that's just set to eat promises labor every day in punishment for giving the gift of far to humanity. So thanks for watching this video. Like and comment. I would really appreciate it. Subscribe please if you're a YouTuber. Subscribe me and just write your comment down. Channel down below and I will check it. Bye.